I'm Ella Skartzwood. Welcome to the Regression Journal. Before we begin today's session, I need to tell you something. In 15 years of practice, I've guided over 3,000 souls through past life regression. I've witnessed deaths by sword, by plague, by drowning. I've seen peaceful passings and violent ends. But what happened 3 weeks ago in my office? What I'm about to share with you violated every principle I thought I understood about consciousness, time, and the human soul. The woman sitting across from me that Tuesday afternoon seemed ordinary enough. Let's call her Sarah Mitchell, though that's not her real name. Professional protection, you understand. Sarah was 34, a high school art teacher from Portland. Married. No children. She came to me complaining of a recurring nightmare that had plagued her for 6 months. I'm burning, she told me during our consultation. Every night, Ella. I wake up smelling smoke. My husband says I scream the same words over and over, but I never remember what I say. I've heard similar complaints before. Usually, they trace back to a traumatic past life that needs acknowledgement and release. Standard procedure. A few sessions, some integration work, and the nightmares fade. But Sarah's hands were shaking as she spoke. And there was something else, something I noticed immediately. 3 circular scars on her left forearm, each about the size of a quarter. Old scars. Childhood scars, I assumed. Sarah, I asked, where did you get those marks? She looked down at her arm as if seeing them for the first time. Her face went white. I don't know. I've had them my whole life. My mother said they appeared when I was 4 years old. She woke up one morning and I was screaming. These marks were just there. Fresh. Like burns. But there was no fire, no accident. The doctors couldn't explain it. Now, I want to be clear with all of you listening. I'm a clinical hypnotherapist. I deal in the realm of memory, consciousness, and healing. I don't make claims about the supernatural. I don't promise magic. But what I discovered in Sarah's regression that afternoon, it changed everything I thought I knew. And it terrified me. Are you ready, Sarah? I asked, dimming the lights in my office. She nodded, settling into the leather recliner. I could see her pulse racing in her neck. Remember, you're completely safe here. You're in control. If anything becomes too intense, you can return to the present moment simply by opening your eyes. Understand? Yes. I guided her through the standard induction. Progressive relaxation. Breathing techniques. The descent down a staircase, each step taking her deeper into trance. Sarah was an excellent subject. Within minutes, her body had gone completely still, her breathing slow and rhythmic. Sarah, I want you to imagine you're standing on a beautiful beach. White sand beneath your feet. Can you see it? Yes. Her voice had taken on that distant, dreamy quality of deep hypnosis. Good. Now I want you to look out at the ocean. In the distance, you can see a bridge made of light. This bridge connects your present life to all your past lives. Walk toward that bridge, Sarah. Step onto it. She made a soft sound, not quite a moan, not quite a sigh. I'm on it. Excellent. The bridge is taking you backward through time. Back before your birth. Back to another life, another body, another time. Your subconscious knows exactly which past life needs to be remembered today. Trust it. Let it guide you. The bridge is fading. I'm somewhere else. Good. Look down at your feet, Sarah. What do you see? There was a long pause. Too long. I was about to repeat the question when she spoke, and her voice had changed entirely. It was rougher, accented with something I couldn't quite place. Eastern European, perhaps. Bare. My feet are bare. Dirty. There's straw on the floor. Look around. Where are you? A room. One room. Stone walls. A small window, very small. It's dark outside. There's a fire in the hearth, but it's dying. I need to add more wood, but there isn't any left. What are you wearing? A dress. Gray. Rough material. It scratches my skin. My hands. She paused, and I saw her actual hands twitch in the present. My hands are wrapped in cloth. They hurt. Why do they hurt, Sarah? I burned them. 2 days ago. I burned them on the cooking pot, and Miklos beat me for being careless. He said I was useless. He said I waste his food, his space, his patience. The way she said Miklos, there was such hatred in that single word. Who is Miklos? My husband. I see. What's your name in this life? Another long pause. When she answered, her voice was barely a whisper. Marya. My name is Marya Kovács. Marya, how old are you? 22 years. What year is it? 1604, it's winter. February, I think. The snow won't stop. Where do you live, Marya? Outside Buda. The Kingdom of Hungary. A small village. I don't know how much longer I can stay here. Why not? And then she started crying. Not Sarah crying, something deeper, older. The sound that came from her throat was raw with centuries of pain. They know, she sobbed. The villagers know what I can do. I tried to hide it, I swear I tried. But when the Sabo baby was dying of fever, her mother came to me begging. What was I supposed to do? Let the child die? I gave her the herbs. I whispered the old words my grandmother taught me. The baby lived. My skin prickled. And that was a problem? Yes. The word exploded from her. Father Andres heard about it. He came to my house 3 days ago. He called me witch. He said I commune with demons. He said I seduce men with dark magic. Me. I'm married to a drunk who beats me. What man would I seduce? She laughed then, a bitter, broken sound. Miklos told the priest I was strange. That I talk to the trees. That I know things I shouldn't know. My own husband betrayed me to save himself. They're coming for me, Ella. I can hear them outside. I felt cold suddenly, though my office thermostat was set to 72 degrees. Who's coming, Marya? The villagers. Father Andres. They have torches. I can see the light under the door. They're going to burn me. Oh God, they're going to burn me alive. Sarah's body, lying in my office in Portland in 2024, began to shake violently. Marya, I need you to step back from this memory. Float above it. You're just observing. You're safe. No! She screamed it, her back arching off the recliner. They're breaking down the door. Miklos, please! Please! I should have brought her out right then. Every protocol I'd ever learned told me to end the session. But something stopped me. Some instinct. Marya, what's happening now? They're dragging me. Through the village. Everyone is watching. Clara is spitting at me. I helped birth her children. All 3 of them. And she's spitting at me. Tears were streaming down Sarah's face in the present. They're tying me to the post. In the square. Father Andres is reading from his book. He's saying I consort with Satan. He's saying I must burn to cleanse my soul. The wood is piled at my feet. Oh God. Oh God, they're lighting it. Marya, step away from the memory. Rise above your body. You don't have to feel the pain. You can. I smell it. I smell the smoke. And here's where everything changed. In my office, in 2024, I smelled it too. Smoke. Wood smoke. Sharp and acrid. I looked around frantically. No fire alarm going off. No smoke visible. But the smell was unmistakable. Sarah was screaming now, a sound I'd never heard from a human throat. The flames! My feet! Oh God, my dress is burning. Please! Somebody help me. Miklos! Miklos, don't just stand there. I'm your wife. Her body was convulsing. I grabbed her hand to anchor her, to try to bring her back, and I nearly screamed myself. Her skin was hot. Fever hot. Burning hot. Sarah! Sarah, open your eyes. Come back to the present. Now. But she couldn't hear me. Or wouldn't. My legs! Oh God, the pain. And then, the most chilling thing of all. She stopped screaming. Her body went rigid. When she spoke again, her voice was calm. Dead calm. I see him. In the crowd. The boy. What boy, Marya? 7 years old. Maybe 8. Dark hair. He's crying. His mother is holding him back, but he's fighting her. He's trying to reach me. He's screaming stop. Stop hurting her. But no one listens to children. Who is he? I don't know. But his eyes. I'll remember his eyes. Brown eyes. Kind eyes. In all this hatred, one child has kind eyes. The pain is fading now. I think this is death. It's not so bad. It's almost peaceful. I'm floating. I can see my body below. It's just ash and bone. They're already walking away. They'll forget me by spring. But the boy is still standing there. He won't look away. He's bearing witness. Marya, is there any message you need to remember from this life? A long silence. Then, tell her. Tell who? Tell Sarah. Tell her she's always known. Tell her the marks on her arm are proof. 3 drops of burning pitch that landed on Marya's arm before the flames fully consumed her. Tell her the boy in the crowd. The one who wouldn't look away. Yes? He's found her again. He's been looking for 400 years. Who is he, Marya? Her husband. David. I brought Sarah back slowly, carefully. When her eyes finally opened, she looked exhausted, hollowed out. How do you feel? I asked, though I could barely keep my own voice steady. Tired. Did it work? Did I go back? Yes. You. Sarah, do you remember anything? Flashes. Fire. Screaming. A name. Marya? I nodded slowly. Sarah, I need to ask you something, and I need you to answer honestly. Your husband, David. How old is he? 41. Why? Where was he born? He's Hungarian American. His grandparents came from Budapest. Ella, what does this have to? Has he ever told you about any memories from childhood? Anything unusual? She frowned, thinking. Well, there is one thing. It's weird, actually. When we first met, on our second date, I asked him what his biggest fear was. You know, that getting to know you stuff. And he said he's been terrified of fire his whole life. He won't even light a candle. He said when he was a kid, maybe 7 or 8, he had this recurring nightmare about a woman burning. He said it was so vivid, so real, that he convinced himself he'd actually witnessed it. His parents took him to therapy for years. The room seemed to tilt. Sarah, I said carefully, has David ever mentioned anything about your scars? The ones on my arm? Yeah, actually. It's the strangest thing. On our wedding night, he touched them and just cried. I'd never seen him cry before. He said he didn't know why. He said looking at them made him feel like he'd failed me somehow. Like he couldn't protect me from something. We sat in silence for a long moment. Finally, Sarah spoke. Ella, are you saying that David and I, that we've known each other before? In another life? I'm saying, I replied slowly, that consciousness is far more mysterious than we understand. I'm saying that trauma can echo across centuries. I'm saying that love, real love, might be the one thing strong enough to survive death. Sarah looked down at her scars, running her fingers across them gently. Do you think, she whispered, that's why we found each other again? So he could finally save me? Maybe, I said. Or maybe so you could finally be free. That was 3 weeks ago. Sarah has called me twice since then. The nightmares stopped completely after that session. The scars on her arm have begun to fade, something she says is impossible, as they've been unchanged for 30 years. She and David went to couples therapy. She told him everything about the regression. He broke down, she said. Sobbed in a way she'd never seen. He told her about his childhood nightmares in detail, and they matched her regression perfectly. The village square. The priest. The woman at the stake. Even the words she screamed. He'd been having those nightmares for 33 years. The same amount of time Sarah had been alive. Make of that what you will. I tell you this story not to convince you of reincarnation. Not to prove that past lives are literal truth. I'm a scientist at heart. I deal in evidence, in reproducible results. But I also know what I smelled in my office that day. I know how hot Sarah's hand felt in mine. I know that two people, strangers until 5 years ago, somehow share the same 400-year-old trauma. The skeptic in me says it's all subconscious processing. Shared cultural memory. Coincidence. But the human in me, the part that felt something ancient and true in that room, that part knows better. I'm Ella Skartzwood, and this has been the Regression Journal. If you've experienced something similar, if you carry marks or memories that don't belong to this life, know that you're not alone. Know that healing is possible. Know that some connections run deeper than death. And know that someone, somewhere, might be looking for you across the centuries. Maybe they already found you. Maybe you just haven't remembered yet. Until next time. May your journey inward bring you peace.